Underling!
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I am aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice
Vodka.
There, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Now, Underling, may I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
That's pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, in some ways the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive.
Your ice water, madam.
This ice water is going deaf.
Would that I were.
Yes, in some ways the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive, and yet other elements were stale in 1928. You know what, I'm just going to skip ahead.
Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sakes, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you're probably asking yourself, what was that routine doing in the show? Well, it's very simple. There's a song coming up, and they needed something to allow for the scene change. It's mechanics. It's like pornography. Let me explain what I meant by that. In pornography, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for this pizza? Being the classic example. In a musical, the story exists to connect the more longer and engaging production numbers. Well, what? What kind of society do we live in if we can't discuss the simple similarities between pornography and musical theater?
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Oh.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Oh. This is a really interesting scene. It's the only time that Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone on stage together. Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already a force to contend with.
Oh, I'm so full of apprehension. I suppose that's normal, considering the circumstances.
Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, Underling?
Me? Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you too. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry men I hardly know, but somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, oh gee, I just get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now. I'm certainly not in love.
Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired millions of troops in every major world conflict, up into including the Falklands War. But by that time she was in her late 80s, so her rousing anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. Still, she demanded a rousing anthem in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. And you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Oh, you're being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few